What is it about mid-century horror, with its brooding vampires, cursed lycanthropes, and vengeful mummies that continues to creep into our nightmares? Some films may fade into obscurity, but vintage horror classics like The Brides of Dracula, Curse of the Werewolf, and Dracula Has Risen from the Grave continue to haunt our imaginations. Their gothic atmospheres, compelling monsters, and timeless commentary on human fears ensure that their legacy endures. Let us delve into the stories that continue to grip us with such unshakable fascination and discover why these vintage horror films still haunt us. Number 5. The Brides of Dracula, 1960. Directed by Terence Fisher and starring Peter Cushing, Rita Jackson, Martita Hunt, Yvonne Monlore, David Peel, and Andre Melly. Marianne is on her way to her teaching position when her carriage driver abandons her at a local inn.
But you had no right to leave without me.
She is offered comfortable lodging at the mansion of the Baroness Meister.
My castle is in the hills just above the village. Please give me the pleasure of being my guest tonight.
Through a series of misunderstandings, Marianne frees the Baroness's chained-up son, who has inherited the curse of Dracula.
You little fool, you don't know what you've done, you don't know what you've done!
Mother.
Subscribe.
As Dr. Van Helsing arrives in the village to help deal with the vampire menace,
Have you heard of the cult of the undead?
the Baron uses his sinister abilities to increase his converted followers.
Go on, get him! I be your master, take him! Take him!
What lingers most is the psychological torment of the characters. Whether it's the naive Marianne,
You needn't be afraid, she's dead.
or the dogged vampire hunter Van Helsing, the film probes the vulnerabilities of even the most virtuous. Number 4. The Curse of the Werewolf, 1961. Directed by Terence Fisher and starring Oliver Reed, Clifford Evans, Yvonne Romaine, Catherine Feller, Ira Telfrey, and John Gabriel. During the 18th century, a kind couple raised Leon from birth.
I'm not hungry, Aunt Teresa.
Oh, no lunch yesterday and hardly any supper last night. This won't do.
But now townspeople are finding goats with their throats torn out.
Nasty, that is.
Leon!
After Leon leaves home to work at a wine cellar, just like the animals, others are losing their lives.
I must ask you once again, can you remember anything you did?
I can't, I tell you! I can't remember anything.
Even though he cannot remember his nightly jaunts, Leon understands that his increasingly violent urges might endanger the love of his life.
So you know all about him?
Signor?
You know all about his affliction?
Affliction? Pepe the Watchman has a silver bullet. Get it and use it! Use it on me, Father! You must use it, do you hear? You must use it, you must!
The film's most significant achievement lies in its ability to evoke sympathy for the monster within, compelling us to confront the beast that lurks within us all. Number 3. The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, 1964. Directed by Michael Carreras, and starring Terrence Morgan, Ronald Howard, Fred Clark, Jean Rowland, George Pastel, and Jack Gwilliam. In the year 1900, 4 Egyptologists discovered the tomb that holds ancient treasures and a sarcophagus of the son of a pharaoh. The artifacts are brought to London to stage glorified public exhibitions.
The mummy of the royal prince, Ra-Antep.
Unfortunately, soon after their arrival, the long-dead mummy awakens to fulfill the curse placed on anyone who desecrated the pharaoh's tomb. What stands out about this film is its eerie exploration of legacy and the desire to preserve human existence beyond the grave.
They presented him with a small medallion on which had been inscribed the sacred words of life.
The mummy, wrapped in decayed flesh and bound by sacred curses, serves as a poignant metaphor for the inevitability of death and humanity's attempts to thwart it. Number 2, The Evil of Frankenstein, 1964. Directed by Freddie Francis and starring Peter Cushing, Peter Witthorpe, Duncan Lamont, Sandra Els, Katie Wilde, and Kiwi Kingston. Upon returning to his hometown after 10 years, Baron Victor Frankenstein receives a fresh corpse to restart his experimental research into the reanimation of dead tissue. But much to his frustration, he needs the assistance of a hypnotist named Zoltan to restore active consciousness to the creature's mind.
That man at the fair.
Wake him.
What, now?
Yes, now. Wake him.
Wake. Wake up.
Unfortunately, Zoltan has plans to use the reanimated being to amass wealth and exact revenge on his enemies. What makes this tale enduring is its exploration of scientific ethics and the unintended consequences of human ambition. The creature, the true victim, forces us to question who the true monster is. The being stitched together from corpses, or the man who dared to defy nature's laws? Number 1. Dracula Has Risen from the Grave, 1964. Directed by Freddie Francis and starring Christopher Lee, Rupert Davies, Veronica Carlson, Barbara Ewing, Barry Andrews, Ewan Hooper, and Marion Mathey. Monsignor Muller arrives at the village to fulfill his promise to protect it from Count Dracula. The priest inadvertently frees the Count, who continues his reign of terror. Dracula possesses a priest and forces him to find a place for him to sleep. After also enslaving a tavern woman, the Count brings Maria, the niece of the Monsignor, under his power. As Maria's boyfriend battles with the Prince of Darkness across the village rooftops, he is unaware of the deception around him and how easily he might also fall prey. The film's thematic depth lies in its exploration of faith, fear, and the eternal struggle between light and darkness. The film offers more than scares. It delves into the human psyche of our vulnerability to forces beyond our comprehension. In the flickering shadows of cinema history, these films remain the ghosts that refuse to rest, their stories whispering to us across the decades. Perhaps that's what true horror is, an eternal reflection of the fears and desires we dare not name. Be sure to comment below with your favorite film from the era, and remember to like and subscribe. Craving more cinematic gold? Check out this 60s creepy film that will still terrify. Are you brave enough?